insight for Friday, the sixth Aliyah, where we finish the story of the Yaakov outsmarting Esav to get the blessings, and Esav's response, and anger, and all that. So the verse said that Yitzchak said to Esav, your brother came with mirma. It translates guile, and took your blessing. He came with cleverness. What were the blessings that Yaakov got instead of Esav? They were material blessings, right? Dew, land, produce, rule over your brother's descendants. Look at it, they're very physical blessings. I mean, the Medrash, even, yeah, they're blessings not of spirituality, but of physicality.
Now, we talk about he's going to rule over his brothers. Who were Yaakov's brothers other than Esau?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You think that Esau really was hurt because of the principle of all of this versus what he actually lost? Because what did he lose? He had all the riches he wanted, Esau, and he certainly lived the lifestyle he wanted. So he lost nothing by losing the blessing, really.
You know, what do they say that when
you're
younger?
As Barry Cohn can see, though.
They say when you're younger.
I'm saying, that's why I asked. Is it a matter of principle versus material?
I don't know. When you're younger, you run after, career, material success. They say when you get older, you want legacy. So maybe Asa was like, yes, thank you for all the material success I want, but maybe you wanted legacy. I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean by principle. So so it must have been a principle thing with Esau.
But principle would be that he felt he was wronged.
Right.
I don't know if it could have just been sour grapes. It was all fair and square, right?
It was a deceit. It was a necessary deceit, assuming that the blessing.
Esau sold the birthright. It was fair and square.
Yeah, and it was a necessary deceit. But why didn't somebody tell Yitzchak about this? He should have known right away.
No, this is a short Parsha insight. So the Rabbi is going to hone in on one point here, that this is about how do we approach material blessings that we need to live. So here's the lesson we can learn from this. When eating or conducting business, because this is the story, the original story of the Jew getting financial material success. The originator, the movie of Pesach David, originator. But he says that how did Yaakov, how did the original Jew get material success? He put on the cloak, the appearance of Esav. In other words, when you deal in physical business or needs, you have to operate in the course of physical deeds, right? You got to play the game, whatever the role of your career tells you. But you should never believe that's what it's about. That's just the motions. It's a facade. Really, you should be thinking, you can be a very successful businessman, and what happens? And you operate like a business person, but your intention is not a business person who wants to amass wealth. It should be, I want to have the success so I can do God's will. Okay? In other words, we should earn our livelihood in order to have the financial means to do all these things, and so on. This is the sort of duplicity, quote unquote, that we are meant to employ in the real world.
We should not have anybody assume we are duplicitous.
Okay, wrong word. Scratch from the record. This is the um,
The mindset, maybe.
the mindset that we have to do in the natural means, but our heart and our mind has very spiritual ideals why we're doing the natural means. Most people want to go into business so they can die with the most amount of toys. Because he who dies with the most amount of toys wins. That's the bumper sticker.
I've got some very good toys.
Okay? We want to have money and stuff. And a Jew is not about having money and stuff. It's about what the money and stuff can accomplish. Building up, raising a family, giving charity, doing mitzvahs in a comfortable way, changing the world with the money. And that is the daily Parsha insight. Wow. Friday's mitzvah is the 250th prohibition that we are again forbidden from cheating.